Hi guys, Mons here. On today's episode of About Mons, I'm going to be going through my top 5 candidates for the MVP this season. So, in no particular order, it's Giannis, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, and also Jalen Brunson, in my opinion. My personal pick for the MVP this year is going to be Luka. In his down year, Luka Doncic was averaging 28 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. Like I said in my previous video, he's going to get himself healthy. He's going to get himself in the best shape, I think, physically and mentally. I think he needed it after the way Dallas traded him. He wasn't expecting it. And I can't wait to see Luka play this year, man. Man, Lakers are going to be on fire this year. Like, I saw the over and under for Lakers being regular season being 47 games to win. I think they're going to win 50 to 55 games this season in the regular season, in my opinion. If ever, health-wise, we have to think about health as well. If everybody stays healthy or relatively healthy, no one's going to stay healthy over a course of 82 games. But if people stay relatively healthy, I can see Lakers winning 50 games minimum, in my opinion. JJ Redick is going to have a huge impact on that. The way the plays are called for Luka, and just in general, Luka's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Luka Doncic play this year. We know Luka's going to be competitive this year. We know what Luka's going to give us. We honestly know what Luka's going to give us. So, my pick, like I said, my pick is Luka. The other picks, people I've seen, Giannis, SGA, Jokic, and Brunson. For me, Luka Doncic is my pick. I don't see anyone beating Luka Doncic to the MVP this year if he stays healthy. Of course, you have players like Giannis, SGA, Jokic, and Brunson. Jokic, we know what we're going to. I've been through in my previous video. We know what we're going to expect from Jokic. Jokic is an all-time great player. Like I said, he needs more championship to solidify himself as a top 10 player. I think when it's all said and done, he's going to be above Kevin Durant if he wins a lot more championship. If he wins 2 or 3 more championships. Championships are hard to come by. However, I believe Jokic can eventually get there, in my opinion. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a very tricky one because can he go back-to-back, win MVP back-to-back, and win a championship back-to-back? If he can achieve that, you're in the rounds of Steph Curry type of rounds. You know what I mean? When you win a championship back-to-back, you win as a guard. You win a championship back-to-back, you win MVP back-to-back, and also win the scoring champ. Because the average was 32 points average last year, and he won the scoring champ as well. And they have a very good young squad. And Mike Daigneault, their coach, very good young coach as well. So SG is the one I will obviously look out for SG as well. I don't think he's going to fall off a cliff. He's only a young guy as well. And his swag, his drip, swag, whatever you want to call it, fantastic. Big fan of SGA. But the only thing I don't like about SGA is his foul baiting. Always baiting fouls, in my opinion. It's just, you don't enjoy that when you're watching basketball. And he's always looking for a foul, always kicking out players, looking for fouls and stuff. So you just need to cut that out. Jalen Brunson, like I said, he's not going to be able to. Jalen Brunson, like I said, I'm gonna find it's gonna be hard for him to win the MVP simply because you're in New York. You're gonna have the narrative of Luka coming back healthy, getting over what Dallas Mavericks done to him. Like, if you want to win the MVP, as if you're Brunson, you need to average. You're looking at 32, 33 points per game, or high. Like, you're looking at minimum 30 points per game, and then you need to lead your team to high 50 wins, maybe 50, 52, 53 wins. For you to even have a chance of being that legitimate chance of being in that conversation. Of course, he's going to get votes. It's Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson's been a top 5 player last year. He's going to be his top 5, top 10 players last year. I think he's going to be in the conversation this year. However, for me, like I said, my pick has been Luka. My pick has always been Luka. And if I was to pick a second person to win the MVP, I pick Giannis Antetokounmpo. We know what we're going to get from Giannis. He's going to give us 30 points per game. He's going to lead his team to close to 50 games win if he's relatively healthy. However, Giannis has a narrative around him being this humble guy, this and that guy. But when you see Giannis in the midst of battle, he's not humble. He's a dog. He literally goes for everybody. And there's been the narrative out there that Giannis tried to get players injured. I personally don't believe it's true. However, you have seen some tricky plays they did on on Devin Booker a couple of years ago. I think it was Chris Paul. They got Chris Paul injured a couple of years ago. That's how Bucks won the championship. But for me, Giannis, an all-time great. When it's all said and done, like I said, he's in a similar boat to Jokic because you cannot be in the prime and being that type of player and just win one championship. You need multiple championships. Ever since they won the championship, they haven't actually been to a conference final since then. It's always been injuries or something happened. And also, what doesn't help Giannis is the Bucks organization is very unstable. They hired a coach, a bona fide bum, a bona fide scrub, like Doc Rivers. Like Doc Rivers is just not a good coach. They need to get rid of Doc Rivers, in my opinion. He don't like if you bring Doc Rivers into the playoff, which is this season, Bucks, they're gonna go up 3-1 in one of the series, and you're gonna end up losing because that's just Doc Rivers. I remember when he was with the Clippers, I was in the bubble. I think it was with the Clippers, and they had a 3-1 lead, and they gave it away, and they lost to the Nuggets. I remember the press conference after, he was blaming everyone but himself. And then with the Philadelphia, when he was with 76ers, he blamed everybody, and he threw Ben Simmons underneath the bus as well when it was with the 76ers. So that's not a sign of a good coach. As a leader, you protect your players. Yeah, you kill them when in the locker room behind closed doors. But to the media, to the public, you protect your players. That's for me. Those are the best type of coaches, managers, in my opinion. And Doc Rivers is just not that guy for me. If Giannis, and also there's been rumors swirling around about Giannis being traded. I believe for Giannis' sake, I hope he gets traded to a good destination. I know teams don't like doing that. They're going to try to trade. Obviously, it's a business. They're going to try to trade you to the team that can give them the best package for you. However, for what Giannis has done for the Milwaukee area and the Bucks organization, I believe they should do right by him and try to trade him to a team that can make him compete. I would love to see him in the Lakers, but if he comes to the Lakers, I might as well be talking out for the Lakers to play because they won't be able to pay anybody else because they already have Luka and a maximum contract. Austin Reeves going to be looking for a max contract as well. So that's just pretty much it. Like for me, my MVP pick, like I said, just to reiterate it, I'm picking Luka Doncic. He's my MVP for the season. Lakers are going to be my champion for the season. Lakers in 6. That's my motto going forward every single time this year. Thanks again for making it to the end of my video. If you agree with me, if you agree with me, please make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. If you don't agree with me, you have your suggestion, please drop a comment below. I'm open to any debate whatsoever. I really appreciate everyone who supports me, who likes my video, who even takes 10 seconds of a day to watch my video. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely weekend. Peace out.